apologize to everybody that have their hand raised up, but guys know how we normally do. We have to go to Barawa Sonny to see what advice he received from a madman, and if it aligns with what we are talking about. Barawa Sonny, you have the floor. Sonny, are you here with us? All right. While we are waiting on Sonny to come up, we're gonna Agujebe has been here for a while. Agujebe, 2 minutes, please. Go ahead. Sonny, whenever you're free, just give us a thumbs up and then we know that you're available. I see you, Emmanuel. Let's give Agujebe and then we go to Emmanuel and
yeah, hello my people. Yeah, please thank you for giving me the opportunity again to speak. I'm just having something to chip in, although I see Uche and Abia will be heavy. So what I'm trying to say in respect of what we are discussing today, for the negative or evil attitude of one of us before, who has the Fulani terrorists have corrupted his spirit, so he put himself where he's supposed to be, because Biafra, those that are fighting for Biafra come with the truth, spirit, and mind. So for that reason, he made himself unavailable. That's good. He comes up in time to show whom he is. So what I'm trying to chip in is, God so kind, we have a government in place, and I believe it's their responsibility to tackle whatever that comes up. And it's also, we are doing the just cause by letting them know our opinion. At least with our opinion, what we have, many of us have said today, they're going to use it to work and see how they're going to put the movement of Biafra and liberation of Biafra into a forefront. Secondly, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ebad, the good man, he has come up with something good, which will make Biafran both home and abroad to know that there's a government in place, by coming up with this 29th and 30th sit at home and coffee. We have to be more focused towards that end. We have to take it to the lowest interior place in Biafra land, so that everybody will be aware and keep that day a special day that we are going to use to announce to the whole world, entire humanity, both living and non-living, both tree and plant, both sand and mountain, that Biafran have rejected Nigeria entirely. And whoever that is a Biafran that take any position, both minister, any position in this Islamic government, we will tag that person, she or him, as an enemy of our freedom. So please, we have to focus and let our dragon, our Prime Minister, let him be aware and make that to be public to the entire humanities.
Thank you. Barawa Sonny, if you're here, just give us a thumbs up. And Emmanuel, 2 minutes. Emmanuel, 2 minutes. Unmute yourself.
All right. Good evening.
Emmanuel, 2 minutes. Don't exceed. Sonny is here. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Mazik Sonny can speak. I can hold on.
All right. Sonia Barawa, we are waiting on you because you always come from a different perspective and from different places, including mad people. So,
They were to all Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Please, the other speaker should go on, please. When it's done, I'll speak.
I'll copy that. Emmanuel, over to you. 2 minutes, please.
Okay. Greetings, everybody. I don't want to take much of our time. I know we are all tired, but we keep going. So thank you all for what you're doing, and may God keep blessing us all. Oh, hey, Biafra. Now, I hope I'm coming out clearly.
Loud and clear. Always remember that Emeka Livingstone is 150 years old and he's still a fool. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for that reminder. I want all these our listeners to please listen to me with an open mind. First of all, we have to realize that Emeka Livingstone is already in trouble because the Biafran government in exile put a sign in their office stating clearly that trespassers will be prosecuted. And Emeka Livingstone, we have the evidence that he trespassed in these premises. So there's no reason for us to be upset or worried. Justice is going to be served. This is the government we are talking about. And we are not scared of Nigeria. Our government are capable. Our prime minister is able. We are not scared. He can take any challenge. Let them come. He's prepared. So whatever they think they can do, they know where our government house is. Let them come. We are no longer in the zoo. We are in diaspora. And we are able. We are prepared. Now, to Mr. Eight-Face, Emeka dying snake. Well, his case is a small case because he already knows he's in deep shit. Sorry for the language. But we should all, like the other speaker said, have in mind that we have a bigger agenda that is coming up very soon. So his own case is Akamu case because justice will definitely be served. So I want to give the floor to other speakers. We don't have much time. Our host has to get back to charging his phone. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That was short and simple, just how we have it. Please, if you're spoken, drop down to the listening section. That way we know who haven't spoken yet. Over to you, Sonny Aparawa.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night to some of you wonderful people of Biafra and lovers of freedom all over the globe listening to us, and to all my able comrades that have been working since morning on this space. I salute you all and I doff my cap for you. I'm very happy to have you guys on the team, and as a teamwork, without your contributions, we will not go to anywhere. Most especially at this very time, where we are getting into a different dimension. A lot of people are ready to sacrifice more than they could ever did. So what you guys are doing here, I really appreciate. And please, if you are very active, making videos, pushing our narrative out, you're always engaging with us on Twitter, talking whether Facebook or YouTube or whichever. You're also a writer. Whatever that you are doing, and you know you're 24/7 active online, please try to get in contact with Exodus Goodman or The Face or Daberechi or Glory because we want to have a collective Twitter circle group where all of you will be there so that when there is a publication or what we want to escalate, we just drop it there. So whichever platform you're using now, we escalate it within minutes. So we want this network to be very strong because where we are going now, there should be synchronyms. With that being said, I appreciate you all. Hopefully our dragon will be live. And let me use this opportunity to clear some doubt or some concerns which have been drawn to our attention. The madness of Emeka leaving Deastone is something that some people will pity. That's why we say it's a pity that we pity when pity. So some people will pity now because the legal actions against Emeka will be very, very disastrous. That being said, there was a sign at that place where he visited. So he should have read and understood what trespassing meant when he went there. So the legal actions that will be put in, that one he will know what to do with it. So I have seen something like that the life of the occupant of the Biafran government in exile facility could have been in danger in future or in any time because of Emeka leaving Deastone, visiting the vicinity. That one should not be included. That one should be taken out because before the Biafran government in exile unveiled its official location, it was for public awareness. So whether people are planning to come and attack us or do anything or endanger the lives of the occupants of the offices, we are not afraid of that. And that should not be brought into our minds that the occupants of the offices might be endangered in the nearest future or something. No. Now, Amazonia and other emerging nations, they have their Biafran government in exile offices splitted all over the world. So we, coming out, we were not supposed to be in the dark. We were supposed to be in an open space where government bodies and international organizations can be able to reach out to us with a visible address stated online. So we were not going to be inside or underground like DOS have ever said they have been underground. So the unveiling of the location of our office was a super idea that is internationally acceptable. So nobody's life will be endangered in that office with or without the exposure of Emeka leaving Deastone. The only thing that you will not see the Biafran is to unveil some declassified informations to everyone on the media. When you see our Prime Minister publish something on the media, and the Biafran government in exile spokesperson Twitter and will also publish something on the media, we know what we publish. We don't publish what is not supposed to be to public consumption. So we appreciate everyone's concern and everything that you're raising there, because if you don't raise concerns, we would not know what bothers you. So we must also learn to look into what you say. Now, another thing is about the map that was unveiled. Series of concerns were raised and have reached the table to the cabinet. And let me use this medium to address some issues that if you look at the forceful amalgamation document from 1900 to 1914, even to the 60s, it is not the office or the head center of one Nigeria colonial masters that you had in 1900 that later ensued in 1914. When you heard of Mary Slessor in Nigeria, and when you heard of that amalgamation house is in, is it Ikodovasi or Ikodekbene? And that is in far back Akwa Ibom, where you now have them divided into Akwa Ibom and Cross River now. So, if things were to remain from January to December the same, you would have said, oh, whatever you see on this paper today is what will remain forever. Now, this is one thing we need to understand about Biafran government in exile. A government in exile needs to be set out so that political connections and commitment and collaborations can come in. International communities and organizations that you need to speak to does not need to come and speak to a group. They need to speak to a government in exile, and there needs to be people elected to represent those governments in different bodies. Now, make no mistake for you to say that if you see Ogodoman name, or 247 name, or the first name, or Goodman name, or Daberechi, or Gloria's name, that Gloria will now potentially become the Minister of Information of Biafran Republic tomorrow when Biafra comes. No. Every names and representatives that you see on the document release are for us to align with the things that are on table for us to move. So when we actualize Biafra and restore it, that government in exile is dissolved. And then we go into our internal government, which will set everything in place. But there must be a government in exile for us to set the pace to go in. So do not come to start telling us the name of this man is there, the name of this man is there, because these are the mistakes that some myopic people that have refused to make use of the eye that God gave them to read. You know, when a white man carry everything and put inside book, it makes it very easy for many people to become foolish because they no longer reason. They even told them, teach them how to read, but do not allow them to reason, and don't teach them how to reason. So they only read, but they cannot reason. They cannot anticipate and assimilate what they read. So a government must exist, and then a people must be to represent that government, which will now speak for the entire people of Biafra until they actualize what they want. Without a prime minister of a government in exile, without maybe a deputy, without all those bodies set up like the Ministry of Defense, Industry, Information, Finance, Development, and all whatnot, oil and gas, this will not happen. You should understand something, that Onyendu has been preaching and educating us for years. Now, he said, listen and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa importantly because it's taking us into a new dimension. This is the new dimension that we have entered. The new dimension that we have entered is that we have finished the pace of agitating. This is now the pace of doing what? Actualization and restoration. That is why the government in exile has come to stay, because we have switched over from just agitating into restoration now and actualizing what we want. That is why a government must exist. So if you like the people you see on that government list or you don't like, you are wasting your time because we cannot help you. We can only help you with one thing, that is going forward, but not going backward. All we need is your support, and that is what we want. So make no mistakes when you think that the occupant of our offices will be endangered by the visit of living dead Stone Emeka. Living dead Stone Emeka just disgraced himself, and any other iota of respect that people had for him has been brought down by him, not even using his brain to have claimed that he's educated, to know that he's not supposed to trespass into people's private property. In America, where he claims there is rule of law in America and then he knows the law. And also, by coming to make the people know that what the Biafran government in exile are doing is actually genuine. That is what he actually made people to understand there. Because if he did not go there to confirm the address for us, many people would not know the address, and people will still be thinking, when will I get to this office? But today, Emeka has made you to know the exact office, that it exists. So you can, if somebody wants to go to our Biafran government in Israel, in Baltimore, and does not know the address, you can call Emeka because Emeka has been there. So he will help you to just direct you to the house. Because, because he has gone to confirm the actual location and then he knows the address. So he can speak and then tell you, this is the place. I have been there myself. You can use this route, use this route, use this route. Before you know it, 5 minutes, you're there. So these are some of the issues we love to address. We commend all Biafrans for all they are doing. And we want to also remind you that the government in exile is working like never before. They are working like a three-stroke engine. A three-stroke engine works faster than a two-stroke engine. So the way the piston is moving is more than you could expect, and they are doing remarkably well. So if within COVID-19 time to this time, we have achieved so much, all you need to do is just to be taking some palm wine and be clapping for the Biafran government in exile. Because if there is no headman, something will not happen. That headman has been able to make the difference, and that is the dragon, Odogu one, the idiot of Biafra, the Ibogi of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Odogu, which God gave us. One Nigeria took MNK thinking that they have ended us. No. Taking MNK was the right time to bring all of you out, because without taking MNK, all of us will still be sleeping. Who is Agbarawa Sonny that will be talking online? Who never had time to be talking online? But because of the hunger of the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and when I saw the attack being channeled on Mazi Simon Ekpa, who was actually the good guy then, so I said, oh, this man will be demolished if people don't go and back him up. So these are what motivated many of us to come out. So something actually happened that necessitated us all to rise. And we love the fire that all of you are burning. When I came out, I did not see Ifeanyi Nwora. I did not see 247. I did not see the first. I did not see the good man. I did not see Onyi. I did not see It's Me. I did not see Agujeba. I did not see Gloria. I did not see Emeka. Oh my God. You know why they say that Biafra is a spirit? But as time goes on, it becomes spontaneous. It became so spontaneous. The way the spirit will now be moving from me, it will now be going to touch another person. It will now go out from that other person and touch another person. It will go out from that other person and touch another person. So it goes. And the fire keeps burning. And everyone are coming to the fold. So this is why what we have started cannot stop halfway, no matter any moron that wakes up from the pit of hell. Let us also remind ourselves something, that when BBC made a misinformation and disinformation video about us in 2021 from the media personnel then that were available, which all their faces were there. My face was there, Dragon was there, Nsima was there, Efe was there, Wasofia was there, many others were there. This was what? A way of them trying to shut us down. But what happened? It was a way of awareness for Biafra. It turned out to become awareness creation for Biafra. Now, when you came down to when they said our dragon was arrested and locked up in Finland, every international media that did not know about our dragon became aware of our dragon, and they became aware of Biafra. It was to the advantage of Biafra with the awareness. When Brekete Family Connect TV was also used to propel the falsehood of one Nigeria against the Biafran people by projecting our dragon, Mazi Simon Ekpa, it was also to the advantage of Biafra. So everybody in Nigeria that did not know about Simon Ekpa and Biafra, from inside their villages, they were able to know through the Brekete Family News. Do you see how everything is working for your good? Now, when they also said that Garuba Adamu was interviewed by Russia International TV, and he was talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa and Biafra, where he said that it was creation of awareness for you, projecting you and taking you to greater heights. When the Finland television and other media also interviewed our dragon, still awareness to you. The Inspector General of the Fulani Terrorist Zoo in One Nigeria addressed international media talking about Simon Ekpa and Biafra during the time of the elections. It projected us to go far and wide. I want you people to understand the power of the media which you are serving, because in 1960 to 70s, during the genocide and the massacre, BBC and Premium Times of London was used against you. It was used to disseminate falsehood. It was used to disseminate propaganda. It was used to propagate lies and deception to the international community, to the point that America, that was supposed to have been on the better side, America had to be like they were in the dark of the real information. Now, the Arise News of whether US or UK interviewed our dragon, and then they refused to release the video because of how he was able to nail them with the questions. Most importantly, when he turned it back to them and asked them, are these massacres happening in your own country? Or are all these leaders that you claim to be our leaders of today, who are all corrupt and have history of criminal records, if they were to be in your America or your UK, will you allow them to be elected into power again? They could not answer, or they keep quiet. So awareness continues. Now, when Owaneze Ndibo placed millions of dollars bounty on our dragon's head, because when you place bounty on our dragon's head, you are placing bounty on us. When you place bounty on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you're placing bounty on Biafrans. You're placing bounty on every one of us. So when they place bounty on us, before the elections and after the elections, it tells you that you are winning, that you are the game changer, and you are recording great momentums. Recently, Laya Mohammed was on international media, whether in America or in UK. And then he helped us to create another awareness by telling the international community that we, IPOB, called us autopilot, led by our dragon, Mazi Simon Ekpa, that we are actually doing fundraising from the international community, not from Nigeria, and that the international community are aiding and abetting us by not sanctioning us. So we do the fundraising, and then we use it to protect our men and women and children in Biafra land from being slaughtered by the terrorists, like the way they have slaughtered in southern Kaduna, where you saw dead bodies of women and children and men being thrown into the pit, and then they put sand on it. So Laya Mohammed helped international community to know that Biafrans are actually fighting to defend their people. Invariably, that is what he did without knowing. Because, you know, wisdom and knowledge eludes them, and they don't have it again. So when they are speaking, they speak for your own interest, thinking that they are speaking against your own interest. To the media house that was interviewing him or that listened to him, they could discern to understand if somebody is doing self-defense and the person is actually raising funds, forming a security body to fight an alien that is coming to destroy their people, that means the person is actually fighting for his own freedom. You now that say the person should not have such security, that the person should allow the terrorists to come and kill them, that means you are the biggest fool of all times. So the people that interviewed him and the international community that listened, they have some brain cells working. But don't be disappointed or don't be carried away that the international community will now come to your aid. No, it is you that will now have to go to meet them. It is you that have to pull the trigger so that they will hear that the trigger has been pulled. From there, they will come to ask what is happening so that we know what to do. And also, when you hold their hotspot, which is where they are eating their akara and beans from every day, that is when they will come to terms and understanding that you have control over your territory. So I want to applaud you guys, and I want you guys to understand that to everything that they project outside there in the media, positive or negative, inadvertently, it is coming back to work for your own advantage because it serves as awareness to your own freedom. And you need to make use of this media in this very time judiciously, because you did not have the opportunity of it before, and in this your own time, it is when you make use of it in the way that you never expected. Above all, I'm so happy to have you people in this very generation. Kudos to our indomitable leader, the Omadike one of Biafra, wherever he is. We pray for his health recovery, and we ask Tuku Okike to restore his health and protect him for us and heal him in all ramifications. We've heard that the zoo government have come up with a new tactics of inflicting him with tuberculosis by bringing in someone that is infected of tuberculosis into his own cell room. These are the methods of warfare inflicted on our leader even inside detention. They even do it to us outside, and they do it even when they have held us captives. So we are not going to stop, and we will continue. Special thanks to our Prime Minister, who without him standing strong, there wouldn't have been a people still shouting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. There must be somebody to stand and speak up before there will be people that will now follow him. So, our Prime Minister has been that man, and we give him kudos. Omo and that team, you people are so awesome, because you people remind me of the Aba women riot, which all the women of Biafrans were agitating against the inhumane treatment and taxes imposed on them after all their husbands and men had become speechless, because the warrant chiefs, the warrant government of that day made them all to become warrant, and they became useless. So it was then bent on the women to pick up the mantle and do what they were supposed to do. Today, it is quite pathetic that you see men jumping their mouth like incoherent almajiris, more than even the women. The women are actually the people that are actually working, doing something to move our freedom to greater height, while our men are now just yapping like incoherent almajiris. Example is Emeka leaving Deastone that you saw. Instead of him creating time to do something good to move us forward, he decided to go and disgrace his generations, disgrace his children, disgrace his wives, and disgrace his entire family. So, Umu Chineke, our Biafran Liberation Army is one other sector that you need to sing praises to them 24/7. That is also in line with our ESN, because without our ESN, the numbers of people buried every day in southern Kaduna, Borno, Niger, and many other places in the north would have increased doubled and 100-folds in Biafra land. So ESN, Biafran Liberation Army, and you that is here creating the awareness, and the people that are giving us the money to make sure the logistics be in place, everything that we need, we owe you all in high esteem, and we appreciate you all. And we cannot thank you enough until Biafra is restored. So all your support now is needed to our Prime Minister and to every cabinet members. Jisikeno, Sosongo, Ekomdo, Abasidion Mufo. Thank you very much. Airborne.
Thank you, Mazi. You have just said it all, and I think we will bring this program to a close. Yes, because it is all rounded up, but we have to close with the song. If you were unable to speak, please don't be mad at us. Subsequently, we will give you your time and an added time to it for that matter because you were supposed to speak, but we don't have any more time. Let's just take the song and then we start. We end it from there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mazia Parawa. Oh, I love my Biafran brothers. I cannot love you enough. You see, everything gets clearer, neater. Every guys so crystal clear. There is nothing hidden in what is going on. It is just go towards our freedom. No, nobody should speak again. It's over. It's over. Who was supposed to play that song? You can play it so we can end it from here. Yeah, the first. Let the person who has to play the song play it. So I'm stopping it.
Biafran Voice 247. I'm sorry, those that were unable to speak freedom. I'm so sorry. Onyi Akego. I'm sorry that you were not able to speak, but believe me, tomorrow you will speak. And Barawar, the lady from yesterday that wanted to debate about, about the document of King Leopold II of Belgium. We told her to come to Twitter. We're going to address that issue tomorrow, and I hope that the lady is listening. Biafra Voice, please go ahead and request for a mic so you can play that music for us. And the lady, I hope that she's listening. She can come up tomorrow and we can talk about it. Today, we wanted to make somebody famous. He wanted to be famous, and Biafrans, we wanted to also make him famous. And then after we are done today, nobody will talk about him again. We throw him right back where we picked him up from, which was in the trash, where Simon Eber saw him and brought him out. And today he thinks that he has arrived. So we're gonna throw him back where we picked him up from, and then we move on. After today, no more. We no more the Emeka ape face Emeka living snake. No more Kelechi Ambrose, no more Ifi, no more all these fallen angels. They are fallen, they are done and dusted, and not the age of our style, autopilot style. Once we are done with you, we are done, and you move on. They can go and get their own Biafra. Why we get Biafra? So whoever gets Biafra first, we meet in Biafra land. They can go and do that, which they said that we are incapable of doing, or we don't know how to do it. Thank you, Biafrans. Over to you, Biafra Voice 247. And if you, for those that don't understand why we are shutting down, is because again we're good man Exodus is in the zoo, and his phone is about to die, and that's why. So, but I remember the names of people that didn't speak. We have Freedom, Anyakego, David. I think these are the three people that haven't spoken at all. And we remember you guys, and we hope to see you all tomorrow. And then we'll give you all extra time. Thank you.
I don't believe we have everything. My people are living in poverty. It is an unfortunate insanity. I hope we divided for eternity. Everywhere is dead on the street. Every day I see my people crying. I fall on my knees in your presence. We don't know who's I'm in hell already. Like a cat me staring. The people suffering and they cry. change the way of stereo. We are living in hell already, yo. This is what I'm serious. Killing and dying of my people. Cause the time is ready, has killed me. Has killed me. Has killed me. I don't know why could I young, but about Munani, I've been in Somebody living in this farm, sleeping on the street, good inside the ghetto, dwelling in the gutter, no school, no water, no road, no power, all you on the shower, the government's looting money, flying the private jet, the farm man is dying, yet just the food to eat, the soldiers are shooting the every some drowning trying to escape the city. The suffering is doubling, can't take it no more. It's only you can save these people. All we need is our freedom. I'm in hell already, yo. God just kept me staring, yo. The people suffering and they crying, chase away the stereo. We are living in hell already, yo. This is our death of serious. Killing and dying of my people. For the time is ready, yo. Has killed me, yo. I kill me, has killed me,
Yes. We want to say a big thank you to our brother Otunwa. In fact, Otunwa Mwanya, we say a big thank you for that beautiful song. Thank you, the Biafran voice, our capable, able DJ. We love you, Biafran voice. Akbarawa Sonny, top notch. We appreciate all your efforts in making sure our our heaven on earth is being restored. You know, they are building their heaven. They say we should look up to heaven while they take everything that we have on the land. We should just forget being in existence and just disappear and go to that heaven in the thin air while they live and their children live and enjoy the goodness of the Lord. You see, some things were infused into that Bible that were meant to put us down. Honestly, I tell you, there is truth in it, that there is something that were added there to keep us down. But no more. We know the truth, and we are never going to lie down again and let ourselves and our children die while we wait to ascend a beautiful nation somewhere in the thin air. We are going to be alive and have good life like every other Caucasian. Like every other European nation and Western nation, we are going to build a civilized and a modern society in Africa. And from us, the light will shine all over Africa. They will know the truth, that they have been lied to and deceived all through the years. And then the deliberation will come when the light enters, that your black brain, you will be no more be black. You will detest anyone calling you black from that day henceforth. And here we draw the curtain. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We love you all. Yes, sir. Okay, now my people want to chip in. Go ahead, but remember my battery. Go ahead.
Don't worry. We are going to send you one battery from a madman from Biafra land.
What did Akrawa say?
You're gonna get a battery from a madman.
All right. All right, guys.
Make sure you tag the Biafran government, Republic government in exile, and tweet account. We need accountability for the Emeka living snake. We must show them that we must tell them how we feel. We have a government where we should direct our anger to, and then we should let them know that we don't accept that. And please tag them. I'm sure that they will receive it. They have a Twitter account. I posted it on the topic. Just copy it and tag them and tell them we do not accept. It's unacceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. To everyone listening to us, when we say that we want to enjoy the heaven on earth, and that the heaven in heaven, that one they should suspend it. Do not get us wrong. Oh. Your heaven on earth your heaven on in the Bible as you want it is there. Oh. We don't say that we are taking it out. So you still have your heaven on earth. But ask yourself one question. Why is it that the colonial masters, when they came, the mandate of the missionary was that they should teach you to be poor on earth and then have hope of becoming rich in heaven. Whereas they themselves did not teach themselves that one. The one they teach themselves is for them to be rich on this earth. They are not waiting for heaven. And then they now turn their own place to become the heaven, thereby our own place being the hell. Then all of us now are running from Africa to go to their heaven in abroad, to go and enjoy everything there. Because they have already pointed out that their own place is heaven on earth, and they develop it and put everything in order to be the heaven on earth. But your own heaven on your own generation, they say you should hope for your own heaven in the Bible, that it should be when you go to heaven.
Only so after you die.
After you die. Whereas they themselves, they don't prefer to enjoy their own after they die. They prefer to enjoy it now. So why do you
I'm gonna come back?
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.